am Taylor McLemore, and I am doing a Celebrate Kansas Voices project on Northwest Kansas Technical College. Northwest Tech has a rich history beginning in 1964 as the Northwest Kansas Vocational School. The school grew over the years from one building and 7 courses of study to a campus of over 20 buildings, 14 programs, and more than 40 online and evening classes. It became Northwest Kansas Technical College in 2001 when all technical schools in Kansas were mandated to become technical colleges. In 2007, Northwest Tech received national accreditation from the Higher Learning Commission. The president is now Dr. Guy E. Mills, and Northwest Tech is the collegiate home of around 384 students. My dad is an alum of Northwest Tech. He graduated from the collision repair program in the early 1980s and has been an instructor for collision repair for the past 6 years. This is my dad's story of Northwest Tech and the change he has seen.
The big difference between a student life when I was in Northwest Tech versus now where I work at Northwest Tech is there wasn't a lot of opportunity for student life. It wasn't really a recognized issue, like people just went there to go to school to learn how to do whatever it is they went to learn how to do, and there wasn't a concern like there is nowadays for that whole person, or that whole, the student life is part of what builds the whole person, and back in the day they weren't really worried about that, didn't think about it, didn't focus on it. It was just like a real life job, working kind of a thing. You get up in the morning, went to school at 7 o'clock, and they were there all day. Back in the day, the cars were simpler. There wasn't, it was just like it was more like a body shop and paint kind of a thing. That's what you'd go to school to do. Or if you were in diesel tractor business, you went in to go work on a diesel tractor, or automotive, it was mechanicing. When I was there, you went to work, you went to school, you went to work. It's the same kind of a thing. That was just what you did. There wasn't a lot of other hanging out. It's like going out and hanging out with the boys, after school and play cards or something. The other day, we finished painting an old Bronco. This is the current day. We just finished painting the Bronco, some of the students. And the other instructor and I, whose dad was our instructor, we were sitting there talking, and we said, he goes, doesn't that kind of remind you of the good old days? And I told him, said, yeah, but they weren't that good. Working on that old stuff was just like, was not that fun to work on. And back in the day, we'd paint a car like that Bronco two-tone thing. That's something that I would have done for $400 or $500, including materials and everything. We'd have painted it and redone it for $400 or $500, and now it's a $4,000 or $5,000 deal. I'll put it this way: the things that have stayed the same. They've really focused on delivering technical education, hands-on skill attainment is the focus of that college. That's something that hasn't changed in 40-some years. That part hasn't not changed. The thing that has changed is that along with that technical skill attainment and that hands-on work environment thing that we've always done great, been super good at, it's been recognized, and we're changing to where in addition to that hands-on technical stuff, the importance of the real strong general education skills and real strong human relation. A lot of those soft skill kind of things have become really important in student life and that kind of stuff. So the biggest transition I see is instead of us just focusing on people being able to paint cars or cut hair or whatever, besides just the technical skills, now the college has transitioned to, instead of just making technicians, we're building that human product where the whole thing is, that the whole well-rounded kind of individual. So it's like the buildings and a lot of that kind of stuff doesn't change, and the people don't change that much, but the technology changes a lot. The reason that myself, along with all the other instructors, feel so adamantly about this technical education is because, most people who enter technical education are not the K-State crowd or whatever. They're not the ones who really excelled in academically in school and things like that. They're the ones who were always wiggling in their chairs and always busy, digging holes, or just not your academic crowd. Technical education is for people who do stuff. our commitment to hands-on learning, our commitment to skill development, to building craftsmen. I teach that person how to feel and do what I do.